hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Chicago Bears. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they're going to face a third down.
But Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. When going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. But I remember reading remember the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On play action, it's Brady. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Quintez Cephus hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
Now Jones. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
Now this defense for the Lions, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Off play action, Fields.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Here's Fields.
He finds Robinson. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
Finding room to the 20 and down to the 19-yard line. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To throw on 2nd and 6.
Fields.
Flushed out right.
And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Jarnell Mooney
with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Santos able to tack on the extra point.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Now a carry for Swift.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
It's a gain of 14.
7-7, our score after 1.
With the score tied 7-7.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
It's just me and you. Mike 27, Mike 28, pack it.
Brady going to throw.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Watch twins. Watch twins. Easy.
Now a play fake. Brady. Throw left side, complete to QT.
His tremendous season passing the football, it continues, Charles. That last throw puts him over 4,000 yards now on the year.
And he's still got the rest of November and all of December still to play. So to me, 5,000 yards, very much in play.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
From the gun, it's Brady. Goes right side, complete to Gronk. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 14.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They run out of the gun with Swift.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 5.
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Swift.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
On play action, now Brady steps away, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Tom Brady trots off on 4th down, and on comes kicker Matt Gay.
From the left hash, this from 34. And Gay knocks this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not
way.
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Well, this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Another try after the first down sack. Fields.
It's complete to Robinson. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Fields to throw on 3rd and 1.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the
coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
2 yards. First down, Bears.
On first down, Fields.
And he fires one incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
Now he steps away. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
They snap it to Fields.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. They'll find Swift out of the backfield.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Shotgun now for Brady. Right side, that's complete to Gronkowski. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
On play action, Fields.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
A 39-yard.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Now Jones. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
At their own 28-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
To throw is Fields.
Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. To throw, it's Brady. Being chased out left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They'll try and run here with Swift. And Swift is not going to get there as they stop him short of the yellow line. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This is a 26-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, Fields.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Second and 9. Once again, it's Swift.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. To the sideline and complete to Gronkowski. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They got a yard on first, 2 on 2nd, and 3 here on 3rd.
Tom Brady trots off on 4th down, and on comes kicker Matt Gay.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Gay knocks this one through. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now Jones. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A quick throw out wide to Mooney. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3. Fields.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down.
7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead. You give it to the big guy. defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
DeAndre Swift.
His 14th touchdown now on the year.
And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
So what can Brady do here as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2? Brady's going to look to throw. And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
Now Jones. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Room here to run.
Oh, we got plenty of
Touchdown, Chicago.
Well, we have seen some rookie running backs come in and have a big impact year 1, and this guy would certainly fit that bill, as that was one heck of a run there.
Now the point after try for Santos. And this is back to a 5-point game.
Makes the score Lions 22, Bears 17. Santos to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best play is just up from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
Now Jones.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. How about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Flush to his right. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now Fields.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. On fourth down, Fields.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
On the option to give to Swift here.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
DeAndre Swift
with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game.
And the Lions have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
Now Jones. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
148 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and run for it. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Throwing on first down is Brady. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And yep, indeed, the flag is out. They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. From midfield, here's Brady. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Detroit. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
17. Mitch Wisniewski set to kick off.
Here is Wisniewski to boot it away following the touchdown.
Now Jones.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Off play action, Fields.
Man open is Robinson. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Now a 1st down throw, Fields.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And the Lions are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak.
And he is out of bounds all the way up near midfield. A big play there for Detroit. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Brady going to throw here. Wide open, Gronkowski. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That catch in his career is number 662, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Ozzie Newsome.
Yeah, who was a wide receiver at Alabama before he transitioned in the NFL. And we're seeing similar attributes here because the ability to play inside, outside, flex out, he can catch it from any position and turn it into a big play.
Now he's got his eyes on 700.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Again, they'll throw with Brady.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. That catch good for only a couple. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now a play fake. Brady. Buying time to his left. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Now Jones. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 27.
And the Lions come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working. And